Hello everyone, if you clicked on this video, you are most likely interested in reselling on eBay, but unsure if the market is too saturated for a new seller. For those of you wondering if it's worth it in 2025 to become an eBay seller, I have taken the initiative of starting a new eBay seller account since December 1st, 2024. It is February 24th, 2025, exactly 85 days since I've started selling, and so far these are the results. Again, it's a new seller account. It had 0 feedback and 0 followers prior to me selling on this account. For the month of December, I started off a bit slow with 13 total orders. As you can see, various items sold from $5 to $50, which was very decent for, again, an account that had 0 feedback and 0 followers. I was just figuring it out at this point using the promotional features and the percentages and whatnot. So as you could see, it started to pick up a little bit more in January. Looking into the month of January, we see business pick up quite a bit. It almost doubled the orders at 24 orders. Although the month started off slow, no orders until January the 6th, it was a better month than December overall. At first, I thought January was going to be a worse month than December, as it was very slow. But towards the end of the month, the 25th and on, I got a lot of orders, and most of them were high-priced items. So it was a better month overall. But if we look at February, February is my birthday month, and it did feel like it with the amount of orders that I had. I had a whopping 44 orders. It was double with January. And again, as of me making the video, it's barely the 24th of February. So from the 1st of February, I had orders rolling in non-stop, and now I'm at 44 orders for just February. My net total for the 85 days so far is $1,870. With 81 orders in 85 days as a new seller with 0 feedback and no following. I would say this works good as a side hustle, but it can no doubt be a full-time moneymaker if it's done consistently and correctly. There will be trial and error, meaning you will make mistakes as a new seller, but here are my best tips to get the ball rolling on your eBay store. Again, these are just 5 tips that have worked for me. They might not work for you, so take it with a grain of salt, but so far it's what has worked out for me as a new seller. My first tip is to list consistently. You get 250 items for free at the first of every month that eBay allows you. So one thing that I noticed, a lot of the sellers here that give tips, they kind of just gloss over the fact that you should be listing consistently. It's very important for you to be listing anything that you have that you want to get rid of as a new seller. It'll attract new buyers to your page, especially if you have no following and no feedback, just like me. And one thing that I've learned over the 85 days that I've been doing this is that there's a buyer for everything. So it's important for you to list in variety. Tip number 2 is high quality listings are key. If you provide a descriptive listing as well as include all the details eBay has asked you to fill in for your listing, it'll sell a lot faster. I've seen this a few times. For example, I sold a Lord of the Rings game for the original Xbox for $14.99. In a week from me listing it, it sold very fast. While I've seen other copies of the same exact game by other listers for $9.99. And they've been sitting there for months. The reason why this happens is because they don't take pictures of their product completely. What do I mean by this? The back of the disc to see if there's any scratches, anything that the buyer might be looking for. This gives them a sense of security. If you take pictures of all angles of the products you're taking, they know exactly what they're getting. It's very important to be transparent if you want your sales to be quick. I personally don't sell any games that aren't working. Everything that I sell is tested. Electronics would be tested. And most of the toys that I sell are sealed. If they are loose, I do state otherwise. If you're looking to sell broken electronics or things for parts, that works on eBay as well. As long as you're transparent with your customer base, you should have no problem. Again, you want to build a good rapport with your customers. So just be transparent with all your listings and you should have no problems. For the third tip, and a very important one, it's one that I actually struggled with because I wasn't prepared, is have those shipping supplies good to go prior to listing your items. You don't want to be the person to wait the last minute to purchase your shipping supplies and then not be able to find them. The faster you can ship out your items, the better for you, your customer, and for eBay. If you can build a good rapport with eBay, you can unlock instant pay where you'll be paid the same day, if not the next day, for your items. As a new seller, I hit the local dollar store first to see what they had, and it looks like they always are well stocked on bubble mailers, but it's hit or miss in terms of the bigger packages. If you need bigger boxes, I would not recommend the dollar store. If I need to source and I have the time to do so, I'll usually go to Amazon or Temu and buy them in bulk. Where you get your supplies doesn't matter. What does matter is that your items are sent within the time frame that eBay provides. That way there's no issues with your buyer or with eBay themselves. This will affect your overall reputation with eBay, so you want to stay on top of sending them out before the time given, whether that be 3 or 4 days. Tip number 4 is to buy items low and sell high. As simple as that seems, it is very crucial for you to succeed on eBay with all its given fees. And if you're low on inventory or simply are just starting out fresh, it is important to do your research as to what sells, what has value, where locally you might be able to source your items, like a local thrift store, swap meet, or a place like that. Remember not to put all your eggs in one basket and try to find a variety of categories to sell in. If you already have a personal collection of items you're trying to purge, whether that be plushies, video games, action figures, or whatever the items may be, then you're already ahead of the curve. Like I said, for you to list consistently and to list as much as you can, to take advantage of the 250 free listings that they give you at the beginning of every month is very important. And the earlier you can do it, the better. My final and most important tip is to make sure you use the eBay Promote listing option. This feature allows eBay to take a percentage of your item once it has sold and only once it's sold. If the item does not sell, obviously they cannot take a percentage from it. You set the percentage from 1% and on. Obviously, the higher the percentage, the more eBay will push your listing onto people shopping in its respective category. It can really make the difference from your listing being hidden on page 3 of eBay and it being directly on top of the first page. If you need to make your item a bit pricier to cover fees, it can really make it worth it in terms of how fast the item will sell. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. At first, I was completely against promoting any of my eBay listings because as it is, eBay takes a very good amount in fees from any item that you sell. But after trying a week of promoting some of my listings and seeing how quickly they were selling, I decided to promote every one of my listings and just adjust the price of every item to match the fees. Some people will still haggle with you on price, and you can go ahead and accept the lower price if you're fine with it. I will sometimes take a lower price on an item if I'm just looking to get rid of it. Again, that's just something that worked for me. I saw that it sold items a lot quicker. If you're not really looking to move items faster, if that's not your priority, then you don't have to use the promote option. It's just there if you want to give your items a little push and push them up a few pages, because I've seen that without promoting my items, they'll end up on like page 3 or 4 of the category that they're in, and at that rate, I mean, they might not sell for a few months. To sum the video up, it clearly is possible to make a profit as a new seller on eBay, even with 0 feedback and followers in 2025. Please like and share this video with anyone you might think needs that little motivation to get started. Subscribe if you haven't, and feel free to comment with any questions or any topics you would like me to go more into detail with on my next video.